The water cycle. Before we get started, there are a few things you need to know about water. Water is old. All the water on Earth has been around for as long as Earth itself. It exists in 3 states: liquid, solid, and vapor. As liquid in our oceans, rivers, lakes, and streams, in a solid state as snow and ice in our colder regions, and as invisible vapor hanging out in the air we breathe. Water flows in a continuous loop. The constant flow of water is called the water cycle. There are 3 ways water can enter Earth's atmosphere. 1, the most common process is called evaporation. Evaporation is when liquid turns into gas without being boiled first. The water molecules that hang out on Earth's surface, atop oceans, lakes, and rivers, are continually turning into water vapor and entering the Earth's atmosphere. Evaporation can happen at any temperature. 2, transpiration. Plants absorb water through their roots. The water travels through the plants and is released as water vapor through microscopic pores found on the underside of leaves. 3, sublimation is when a solid like snow or ice changes directly into a gas without becoming a liquid first. This can happen in very cold, windy conditions while also being sunny, such as at the top of a mountain. Let's recap. Evaporation, transpiration, and sublimation are all ways that water escapes the Earth's surface and enters the atmosphere. The next step in the water cycle is condensation. Condensation is the opposite of evaporation. It is when water vapor turns to liquid. Condensation is responsible for cloud formation. Once clouds have formed, water can return to Earth through precipitation. The atmosphere can only hold a limited amount of moisture. When so much water has condensed in clouds, the air can no longer hold it anymore. The water falls back down to Earth as rain, snow, sleet, or hail. Once the water has reached Earth's surface, a few different things can happen. 1, soil absorbs the precipitation that falls on land. As the water moves through the soil, some will get soaked up by plant roots, while the rest will continue to move down through the soil and collect as groundwater. The downward movement of water through the soil is called infiltration or percolation. When plants absorb the water that percolates down through the soil, it is called plant uptake. Water that does not get absorbed by plants will continue to filter down through the soil, becoming groundwater. Groundwater is the water that is stored down below Earth's surface, filling the spaces between rocks and sediment. 2, water that does not percolate down through the soil is called surface runoff. This is the movement of water over land surfaces to rivers, lakes, streams, and oceans. Together, all of these processes make up the water cycle. After the evaporation, transpiration, and sublimation stages, clouds must condense so that water can precipitate back down to Earth. Once water reaches the Earth's surface, it can either percolate down through the soil where plant uptake will occur, or it will continue to move downwards to be stored beneath the Earth's surface as groundwater. Water from rain or snow that does not get soaked up by the soil becomes surface runoff, where it will flow over land until reaching a larger body of water, where it will then evaporate into the atmosphere and the cycle will start over again. It is important to remember that all of these processes are happening all of the time at the same time.